welcome back everyone. This is Predpool with another review. This time we have Mcfarlane's Page Puncher Aquaman. This is a newly released version of him, and this line comes with a comic book for the character. So it's quite interesting looking one that we can tell from the box. The box is quite nice. You got here the figure, as you can see, with a comic book on top here is telling you that you get one. The art in the back is the one of the comic book that it comes with. Then here you have a picture of the figure. So then some other languages, nothing in the bottom, just legalese, the name of the character on the side here. So not too much, but the back is nice. It's got a nice image that one can enjoy. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the figure out of the box and see what we get inside. So inside the box, as I mentioned, this line comes with a comic book. So here's the comic book, and it's taped inside with the cardboard insert. So you have to be careful, I guess. Make sure you don't rip the comic book. In the bag, you got the comic book, you got the trading card, and you got the stand for the figure. So all in one bag. The back of the comic, just the DC logo. So I'll open this up later to read on my own. Again, it's a nice little addition that you get with this figure. As far as accessories, this figure really only comes with one, which is this trident. It's got some nice detailing to it. So as you can see here, it's quite nice. When I got it, it's a little bit warped, but it could have been worse right off the package. So I could heat it if I want to, but it's not extremely urgent to do so. So it's tolerable in my opinion. But yeah, again, it's got some really nice details that you can see here with this trident. And it's not a hard plastic; it's a rubbery. So you can bend it whatever you want, really, and not worry about breaking it. Obviously to a certain extent, but it's not something that you have to be very careful. You're gonna stab yourself, with it. It's pointy, but not where other plastics where you're gonna probably injure yourself or so. And Mcfarlane tends to do that. He tends to make his weapons in this kind of material. Now, as far as the figure himself, this is his sculpt. His head sculpt is very impressive. I like it a lot, which is really why I got this figure, because when I saw the pictures of him online, I really liked how his head sculpt came out. So gotta give him for that. His armor has some nice sculpt. Obviously, it's just done like there's no paint, but the sculpting is there, which is another reason why I wanted to get this figures for this armor. It looks like when you see it, you think it's removable, but it's not. It is glued right here, I think, and at this point here, so it's not removable. You will have to do it yourself, cut it out if you want to. Like you can see right there, there's some glue if you want to take this off, which I plan to do. One of the main reasons, I'm going to be honest right off the bat, why I got this figure. I got it because I want to use this custom fodder, mostly for the Mythic Legions. I want to use his head, and I will use this armor on their figures. And the trident, probably will give to, as far as Merman, I might give it to him, or maybe another Mythic Legions figure. But I got him mostly for a custom fodder. However, it doesn't take away that this is a nice figure. So if you are a DC fan and you appreciate the sculpt of this, definitely I would suggest getting this just for the character himself and using it as Aquaman, because it is a very nice figure that Mcfarlane did with him. Even if you look at his sculpt on his boots, see if I can get it. There's quite a bit of detail that went into that. And then he had his gauntlets, and again, they're the same plastic as his shoulder armor, same, just plain gray. That if any customizer want to keep this figure as is, but just maybe touch up with paint and really bring out the details on his armor, I think this figure would be amazing. as an Aquaman. And well, his armor or his chest area, as you can see, it's sculpted where it's almost like I want to say that you can do grate cheese with it. So, but yeah, there you go. So it's got, again, nice sculpt on here. It's unique. So definitely like scales that are put onto his armor. So it's fitting for someone who, swims in the water. His as far as his necklace, it is molded on. It's not loose. It's not a separate piece. So it is part of the mold. So yeah, definitely nice figure. Now, I'm not gonna go too much into articulation, but as far as articulation, you can move his arm, even his left arm. He has this here, but it's rubbery, so you can get it fairly kind of high for what it is. And then, he can do the splits, Van Damme, no issues. He has double jointed elbows. And they bend very well all the way. None of his sculpt gets in the way for him to be able to do that. Now, yeah, again, his shoulder armor gets a little bit on the way if you want to completely do that, so you have to work with that around that. But if you remove it, it won't be an issue. Double jointed knees. Due to the sculpt, this fin that he has the back of his calf, obviously you won't be able to hit the back of it, but again, that's not because of the joint, it's because of the sculpting. Also his thigh armor, if you look over here, look at that detail. This is quite nice. I'm quite impressed actually with what went into the sculpting in this, which again, Mcfarlane is very well known for it. Ab crunch, he gets a really nice ab crunch. And then back, okay, yeah. He gets way back there. Look at that. Yep, this guy can do the limbo. Yeah, he's great at beach parties. Definitely you want to invite him to do the limbo at the beach party. So, then as far as his head, his hair is a rubbery, but it's a hard rubber. So you're not going to get a whole lot looking up. You get some. You lower his hand so maybe you can get a better. You get some. Looking down, pretty good. So, yeah, this is a pretty good figure. I'm almost kind of regretting not wanting to take off his head and his armor to customize the other figure, because if I was more of an Aquaman fan, I would just keep this guy and pose him around, but I'm not a heavy fan of this character, although I do appreciate the work that was put into it as far as the sculpting goes, the articulation. I think the main flaw with him is going to be his paint app. Oop, there we go. His paint app on his armor, his top armor. So other than that, he's a great figure. Accessories, don't expect too much with that. Because he's Aquaman, he's not really known to have a whole lot of different aside from his trident, which is pretty much staple for him, and he got it. So accessories is fine. And, it comes with a comic book, comes with a stand. So it's you get enough for this what this character is. It's kind of like Superman. You really don't expect a whole lot of accessories with him. The only thing you may want would be like some kind of eye blast effects that could come with him. But other than that, Superman you won't expect to get much. Unlike Batman, they kind of may want some gadgets and so forth. So let me go ahead and fix this guy's feet a little bit. I don't have it quite well positioned for him to stand. There we go. And this is just me trying to, it's not really the figure's fault, it's just me fumbling to this, trying to do it as far as posing him, and then I don't have exactly the best place to be reviewing this. I'll just put him right there. There we go. Alright, so that's what I have for this review. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful. If you see him, I suggest you pick him up, especially if you're a fan of the character. Um, Definitely a great job was done on him. Alright, I hope you enjoy again the video, and I'll see you guys soon.